All right, friends. Next up, we have the interview of the Great Circus Mystery starring Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Hey, everybody. I'm here with King Rhodes, who's going to be very shortly doing a Legend of the Mystery, Great Circus Mystery Run. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait for it because we're here actually in Orlando, the world capital of Disney, as it were. And so, how's it feel to be kind of running this game? It's your first GDQ. How's it feel to be running it coming up?
It's going to be exciting for sure.
Yeah.
Said I'm originally from Orlando area.
Oh,
so
yeah?
It's really cool to be coming down here and play it here.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean, right around this time, the Disney Capcom games were really, really good. Both NES and SNES. For NES, you had like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. SNES, you had Goof Troop, all kinds of stuff. And then the Magical Quest series, which is just so wonderful.
Yep.
Have you played any of the other games?
I haven't been able to play any of those yet, no. But it's all a similar mechanics and stuff like that in the games.
So I feel like, because I remember playing Magical Quest. I hadn't heard of Great Circus Mystery. How did you find Great Circus Mystery?
So I found that because I was in the, basically my grandma's basement when I was a little kid. And I remember going over there when I'd visit just during the day, and me and my brother would play that game, and it's a co-op game that you can play too. So I remember playing together all the time with each other. And then when I was taking a break from one of my other main speed games, I just was like, oh, hey, I have this in my collection. Let me see if it's a speed run. And I found a speed run on it, and started trying to do it.
Very cool. Is there any kind of nostalgia for you in playing this game?
Yeah, that's kind of like my go-to for speed games.
Yeah.
All the speed games I've kind of ran is stuff that I feel like I've played as a child and was like, oh, I really enjoy this game, so I'm going to kind of pick it up.
Yeah,
like
very cool. Yeah, I think nostalgia is a really, really huge piece. Because what else do you run, for example?
So my really main game was Sonic 3D Blast, what I did at AGDQ 2019. So that's the one that I had a lot of focus on, and this game gave me kind of a break from that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nostalgia to me is super big. Do you play any recent games, run any recent games as well, or mostly older stuff?
Pretty much older stuff. I'm more of a retro guy than current stuff.
Yeah. So, like Great Circus Mystery, so to give you guys just a brief little intro, there are different like costumes in each one of the Magical Quest games, so it's able to keep, each game is able to stay a bit fresh. But yeah, I mean, Great Circus Mystery, because you haven't played the other two, so Great Circus Mystery specifically, what is it that you would say you kind of appreciate about this one?
I mean, I appreciate the ability to change the costumes, and each level has its own like specific use for the costumes. So instead of just like picking up one costume and then having to play throughout with that level, after I think about the third level, you have to change in between the levels. So you're like, oh, this section needs to have this outfit, this next section has to have this outfit. So making it like diverse to go through. Then a speed run, you kind of actually find some tricks to like avoid changing when you need to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of unique with that as well.
Got it. Very cool. And also, it actually introduces co-op play, whereas the first one didn't have that.
Yeah.
Have you by chance played this game co-op?
I have not yet. I'm still trying to sucker my wife in to come play and do some runs with that, but she hasn't come downstairs yet for me.
I wonder, do you have any idea if it speeds the run-up at all?
It does. Like, I think the world record for the co-op is like a minute faster than the world record that's currently on there, because there's some manipulations you can do for boss fights. This game has massive RNG. So I think with the co-op, you can manipulate them, so it helps out a little bit.
Very cool. If you could have one costume from this game in real life, what would it be and why?
It'd probably be the Western outfit, where you're jumping on like the horse, actually having to jump without having to do that.
Oh yeah, with the pop gun and everything. Very useful, very useful. And it does deal the most damage.
It does, it does, yeah.
Very cool. So we mentioned that, you know, we're here in Orlando. I want to talk a little bit about kind of stuff that you might be doing outside of GDQ during the week. Do you plan on going to Disney at all?
I'm not entirely sure yet. It's like I said, where I've been from here a little bit. My parents still live down in this area, so I'm gonna go visit them for sure. And then my buddies used to be able to get me to Disney all the time for free, so they're not around here as much anymore. So I'm kind of like, do I got to pay the $100 to go to Disney, or do I kind of like get them to try to take me? So we'll see.
Very cool.
But Universal is definitely a must.
Yeah,
for sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
very cool. What at Universal would you say?
I would say Islands of Adventure, because the Harry Potter world there, going to the Hogwarts castle is pretty nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Tell me this: have you been keeping up with the latest live-action Disney movies?
Let's see. Yes and no. So I've watched the Aladdin. I can't remember if there's one after that, if the newest one, but I've seen Aladdin.
Yeah. And there was Lion King after that as well.
No, I haven't seen the Lion King one yet. No, I haven't done that.
Cool. Very nice. Do you have a favorite? Would you say Aladdin is your favorite live-action one?
The live-action Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah?
Me and my wife got on a streak where we would
good.
watch it almost every night before bed. It's weird. I don't know why we like it, but we just do.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I noticed you have a bell. Like, what
I do.
exactly is the deal with?
So when we're playing the game, we like to ring the bell because it helps us with our RNG manipulation and stuff like that. So like we like to do that stuff.
Yeah,
It's just
that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah.
Actually, wait a second though. What is this bandit?
Nope.
This goose has been making the rounds. Off he
Just
goes.
trolling.
But behind the scenes all along, we actually have our prize man sent. Yeah. No, maybe. Yes.
Like, a goose stole my badge last night, and I swear it's running around the set
see.
somewhere.
I
you know?
see. Haven't seen anyone just recently, but I'll let you know.
All right, man. I don't know where that thing
I've been
went.
actually, now that you mention it, I've seen just a pile of junk, like of a bunch of different badges around the hotel. But
Oh, I thought you were talking about, this pile of junk. And I was about to reprimand you, Blackie, because this is not a pile of junk, my friend. This is a pile of some amazing prizes you
tell
can
us
win.
about them, please.
Dude, I'd love to. It's literally my job. So first off, from our friends over at Fangamer and Capcom, we have this beautiful Battletoads shirt. There's a direction for it that is up. After all these years, you think, oh yeah, since doing the bit where he holds the shirt upside down. No, this is me every morning after I get out of the shower. I just put like a shirt on sideways and then cry to myself slightly. But it's a $10 minimum donation. It's a cool design of Rash there. I think that's Rash. Gotta say that's Rash. It's a cool shirt regardless. $10 minimum donation from now until the end of DKC3. All the prizes we're going to be talking about right now are from now until the end of DKC3. So make sure to get those donations in this morning. Now, from our good friend and volunteer, I think actually this year she's volunteering with PCF to help them spread their message. We have a beautiful Dixie's Appeal painting. Like, oh, look at this. This is a beautiful painting of Dixie Kong. Guys, it's handmade oil on canvas. It's only a $10 minimum donation. Like, come on, this is as one of a kind as it gets, right?
Indeed.
Exactly.
Love it.
$10 minimum donation from now until the end of DKC3. Get those donations in, guys. Come on. Let's see. What else do we have in this lovely box?
Wait, what's that Bowser one in your left hand?
Oh, that's a really nice one. Let me pull it out here for you. But real quick, first I got to talk about some coinage, Blackie.
Coinage.
Yeah,
okay.
as any Donkey Kong runner knows, you got to have some Kremling coins if you want to play the Kremling toll. You can get your very own metal-plated Kremling coin here. Backside, it's got some DK bananas on it. And it's only a $15 donation. I mean, come on, one-of-a-kind hand-pressed metal coin to celebrate your love of Donkey. I love Donkey. Do you love Donkey, Blackie?
I do love donkeys. Wait, donkey or donkeys?
Either.
Because I love them both.
All right, there we go. Good animal and a good speed game. Big fan of that. $15 minimum donation sent to us by Cute Monster. Again, now until the end of DKC3. Guys, we have all kinds of great stuff. We have some beautiful Donkey Kong banners sent to us by Kevin Rome Arts. It's got like this cute print of Diddy and Donkey holding hands. It's a $15 minimum donation, super great. From Maria Ocha, we have a print of the Koopa Kids from SMW. You got all 7 of them. They love being mean. I mean, I love being mean too, but mostly to gooses who keep stealing my badge.
Those rotten bandits.
Those rotten bandits. $10 minimum donation. From Shadow Siren, we have a pair of beautiful plushies of a Luma and a Hungry Luma. No star bits to feed it though, although maybe if you, get some Japanese candy, you might be able to get that in there. I don't know. I don't recommend feeding the Luma after midnight though. I hear bad things happen. Might explode into a whole new galaxy. Who knows? So anyway, from our good friend Elise, we actually have the amiibo you were talking about, Blackie, and it's a Bowser amiibo repainted to be Meowser from Super Mario. I think 3D World was Meowser. I'm not super up to date on the newest Mario worlds. I got to be perfectly honest. I really haven't played past Sunshine, but I like that game. I know that's a controversial opinion there. But I also love this amiibo. $15 minimum donation again from now until the end of DKC3. Guys, we have all kinds of absolutely amazing prizes. We have a beautiful Battletoads clip-on plush of Rash from Fangamer and Capcom, $5 minimum donation. It's still in its packaging. That's how you know it's new and it's fresh. Super nice. Clip it onto your bag, clip it onto whatever. We have an amazing Paper Mario watercolor world map from Noontime Natu. We have some beautiful Super Mario posters from Meridia. We have all kinds of absolutely amazing prizes. And in fact, the one I really have to show you, even though I know we need to wrap this up real quick, is this absolutely beautiful Super Nintendo arcade stick here.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's handcrafted wood exterior. You got some nice Senwall buttons here. Listen to that sound. That's a good arcade sound right there. That brings me back to my childhood. I love it. The stick is, it's the perfect stick here for playing, your Street Fighter on your SNES or just doing some speed runs. I know we've actually seen a lot of speedrunners over the years choosing to use arcade sticks over traditional controllers.
I saw in the highlight video, like the Tetris Grandmaster, Kevin DDR, I think, was playing with that.
For sure. I know they're very popular amongst the Tetris community. But anyway, guys, that's going to just about do it for all the wonderful prizes we have right now. As always, you can head over to GamesDoneQuick.com, check out the tracker, because that's going to have all the information you need on upcoming speedruns in the marathon, on upcoming incentives you can put your donations towards, and of course, on all the wonderful upcoming prizes that you can win with those donations. Blakey, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And good luck on the run, sir.
Thank you very much.
I hope, Michael Mouse over there treats you well.
I hope he does too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Coming up next is ActRaiser, and then shortly after that will be Great Circus Mystery with King Rhodes. So just keep on watching.
Y'all ready to raise some acts? I think that's what you do in the game. We have an incredibly important $25 donation from Jessica36 that says, honk. And with that glorious honk, we are all set. We have King Rhodes Tien with the Great Circus Mystery.
All right, how you guys doing today? All right, so yeah, I am King Rhodes Tien, and this is the Great Circus Mystery starring Mickey and Minnie. So that is a mouthful here. Before we go ahead and start, I'm gonna introduce our couch. Right behind me with Knuckles, we have 8. We have Amber Cyprin with Sonic, TGH with Tails, and we have Supersonic over here. And for those of you who are wondering, no, this is not a Sonic run, but we are all pretty much Sonic runners, so they're kind of helping me out with some commentary, so we figured we still got to represent our communities there. So we're gonna play as many, and we're gonna start on character select. So if we'll count down, we'll start at 5. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this game is made by Capcom, so it's one of the games from way back when. It's a standard platformer, but they introduced a new mechanic in this game, and you're gonna see this here shortly, where we have different outfits that do different things. So we're just gonna kind of jump through this level. We're gonna hit the enemies in the exact way we want to, because it helps sets up the end of this part here, where we can jump over these like jack-in-the-boxes. And then we were already at the first mini-boss. So this whole game is 6 levels. Each level has a mini-boss and then a final boss that ends the level here. So we're gonna start with this fireballer guy. So he has fireball, he throws at you. So we're gonna go for a quick kill. We're gonna hopefully, we didn't get it, his iframes stayed longer than we wanted to. So we have to do kind of like a medium fast kill, I guess. So his nose is obviously vulnerable, so we can just jump on his nose, and that's the first boss right there.
Nice.
So now we're gonna go see one of Minnie's friends here in about 5 seconds, jumping off of a little monkey there. We're gonna see Donald for about 5 more seconds. It's the only time we see pretty much any other character in this game. So he gives us our first outfit, the vacuum cleaner. This is the least useful outfit in the run. We're pretty much gonna use it for the remainder of this level, and then one boss fight towards the end of the game.
Yeah, so the game temporarily becomes Luigi's Mansion 4. The long-awaited sequel to the game that just came out.
Are there any advantages to playing as Minnie over Mickey, or is it just a choice?
I'm pretty sure it's just a choice.
Okay.
Funny story there.
So I believe when he was learning the game, or when he decided to pick up the game, he saw the world record runs, picked Minnie, and he was just like, so is there any reason why? He asked the same exact question. He's like, nah, I just like Minnie. And anytime he's tried to play as Mickey, it just does not.
It's gone wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work for me.
So Minnie is luckier than Minnie.
Yep.
Minnie is lucky.
Yeah, Minnie is luckier than Minnie. Yep.
Minnie is luckier than Mickey.
So we're at the first like end boss level here. We got a lion. He can kind of troll you a little bit. So he has his hair on his head, his mane, and he trolled me a little bit more. So his nose becomes vulnerable. We can't do anything to speed up the fight. Wow, he's being a big troll. There we go. So we want to take off all of his mane before we can hit him here. and we should be good now.
Yeah, his nose is vulnerable as long as his mane isn't there. So you don't even need to take the entire mane off, just like the top left two
There we go.
balls of mane hair works. And we're going to change clothes here just because it makes the cutscene, if you can call it a cutscene,
Yeah,
at the very
it's a little
beginning of
bit
the next
faster.
stage a tiny bit faster because it would force a change anyways.
So that's the first level of the Haunted Circus. So now we're moving into the jungle. So we see these lonesome ghosts. They actually appear in a few other Mickey Mouse games. They're actually in Mickey Mania too. Mickey Mania as well.
I was like, man, that got
level.
a sequel?
Yeah, no.
That game is great.
So they give us our jungle outfit. So the jungle outfit comes with a hook, and we're able to grab on these like hook pieces and these vines. The vines right here are the only part in the game that you can actually get faster speed, and I was actually able to maintain that speed coming off of the vine, which doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, you lose speed when you're on the ground. So I'm going to assume it's the number of frames you're on the ground for, and you lose momentum that way. But if you stay in the air by jumping, it is probably very close to frame perfect to
Yep.
maintain your momentum throughout the stage off the vines.
So we're at the second mini boss, which is a turtle. A lot of these bosses are gonna be RNG. You're gonna see a lot of RNG in this game. And he basically does one of two things. He comes out of the water or he stays in the water and like does a spin thing where you can't hit him. The first cycle, he always does the same thing where he comes out, then he stays in. After that, he can come out of the water twice or stay in, whatever might do. So right there was bad RNG. So that's pretty much here. So if you have any time for some donations, we can do a few of those.
Sure thing. We have $200 from TikTok 1231. Thank you for all you do and to all the crew, runners, and staff. One more.
Yeah, one more.
We have
That works.
$340 from I Am Nomad. Doesn't say anything, but thank you so much for your donation.
So we're hoping he comes out 2 more times here in a row. So I still feel we've had a little bit of bad RNG here for this fight.
And if I'm not mistaken, he won't come out of the water more than twice in a row.
No.
He will then be forced to do something else.
Yeah. Oh, so we've only got, I think, a 1 cycle each time here. So a little bit longer boss fight, but it's all right. And again, there's nothing that you can't really do to make this speed this up here. I think we're down to 1 hit left. It's hard to count to 5.
So one thing I noticed, like when Rhodes asked me to do commentary, I was like, "What is this game?" Because I've never played. I played other Mickey Mouse games like Mickey Mania, World of Illusion, Castle of Illusion, and one thing that jumped out at me was immediately the costume mechanics
There
and
we
as
go.
well as the drop-in, drop-out multiplayer that they've got going on. And apparently the costume mechanics, good fight by the way, despite the RNG.
Yeah.
One thing that leapt out at me was the costume mechanics, and we're actually going to do one skip. This is one of the few
There we
skips,
go.
plus a damage boost here,
Okay.
to be able to skip going from left to right, the left to right, and so on and so forth. So that was really nice there.
Nice momentum mechanics there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can actually kind of get trolled in that section because if you do a frame perfect jump, it actually will cause you to not take the damage mechanic and that, like the movement, and you get stuck where you can't actually jump on the snake and damage boost your way up there. So that was very nice. We didn't get lucky. All right, so the last little mini platform in here before we come to one of the biggest troll bosses in the game. Again, when we talk about RNG, this game is very, very RNG based, believe it or not. So we're going to this giant ape here. And we're hoping for 8 straight hits. He's just gonna jump into us. So we've got
Yeah.
one.
This ape is called Sonic the
And-
Hedgehog because he does this.
Yeah. So that's already bad RNG again. So he can stay in the tree for 3 times or come out. So that's a little bit better luck that we had that there. So we're at 3 hits, 4, 5.
Don't spin dash. You got this.
6. Come on, one more.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, that's very
Yeah.
good. So not the worst fight in the world. Normally that's a big reset point because he can spin a bunch of times, hang out in the tree, and then you're just losing a minute for no reason.
Yeah, because even though he did spin dash once after the first hit, he can actually stay in the tree. Like he can bob his head out up to 3 times before forcing himself to come back down. But thankfully, I think he only
He only
did
did
that
it once. He came straight back down pretty much. That was good. All right, so we're now back to the third and final outfit we're going to get in this game. The third level here is our Western outfit. So the Western outfit is the most useful outfit in this game. We're going to go between this and the jungle the most. So you can shoot a little pop gun, and you also have this charge attack that you're going to see me do here. That's the only way you can really speed up Minnie's movement ability now from here on out. You're also gonna see me lay down a bunch when I need to jump, because one thing about the Western outfit here, I forgot to charge up a little bit, is if you press the jump button when her sprite is actually off the ground, you won't actually get the jump input. So you have to jump when the little horse is actually on the ground. So it can be a little bit hard to do when you first learn the game.
So here we have the portrait boss, and he can do one of two attacks. He can either spit fire onto the ground, which is what we want him to do because the animation is faster, or he can do this. He can just give this like weird gaze at these books, and they come to life, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna fight you now. But all you do at that point is you want to be on the opposite side of where the books are coming from, so you can jump on his head and then also jump on the books. If you try to do it from the same side, it just does not work out. This is a great time for a couple more donations.
Sure thing. Something tells me y'all like Sonic, so I have a few people who are super excited for our 06 incentive. We have $20 from Poison33. I got out of bed to donate immediately when I heard there was a Sonic 06 incentive.
All right, that was terrible RNG. We only got one fire the whole time. I think you can get 6 fires is like perfect RNG. So we only got it once, so that's a little bad luck again. So now we're going to like this little spinning room. So the only way to speed this section up is to make sure you're grabbing the correct side of the lantern. So that first lantern, I actually walked past it and jumped back because it put Minnie in the right spot. And as soon as it stops spinning, I can jump right off. There's only a few of them, so this is the last lantern. As soon as I land, I'm gonna change back to our Western outfit. So now we're finally into the part of the game where we're gonna kind of like switch back and forth through. We're hopefully gonna hit some good charges. Hopefully hit a few nice little shots here. Just gonna charge dash through that.
If I'm not mistaken, this costume mechanic is actually present in 2 other games. Like this is part of a trilogy. If I'm not,
it is.
If I'm not wrong.
Didn't want to take it there. Yeah, so I think the Western outfit is in all the games. I can't remember the exact outfits that are in the other ones for what we got there, but I know the Western outfit's in another one. I think the jungle's in another one as well. The first game, I think, actually has 5 outfits, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Also, that death, while not intentional, is a great demonstration of just how accessible this run can be for newer runners. If you die for any reason, you just kind of respawn exactly where you died. And game overing is also less punishing than most games. Most retro games will make you start either from the very beginning of the game again or from the very beginning of the stage. No, this is from the last checkpoint that you managed to activate. Which means game overs are just not very punishing, and it makes it a very new runner-friendly game.
So we've come to the boss at the haunted house here. So it's a ghost. One thing I didn't mention with our Western outfit is when you use your pop gun, it counts as 2 damage, and when you jump, it counts as 3. So we want to actually jump as much as we can on the ghost's head. I think we're down to actually one hit left. Yes. Okay. So if you jump on him 4 times, you can shoot him with the last hit. So what we didn't see there was Minnie was coming out of the top of the haunted house and was going to use her jungle outfit to slide down a rope. Well, somebody cuts the rope, and she falls down into our next level, which is going to be the cave. So that was one of the few levels that we don't actually have to change our outfit to, because it automatically defaults the outfit change at the end. So this is going to be the only auto-scroller part of the game, but we actually can still technically speed this up.
Yeah, normally what this game wants us to do is it wants us to turn into the Western outfit and like go back and forth between this and the minor one to be able to climb walls, destroy those yellow blocks with the pop gun, so on and so forth. But we're actually not going to change to the Western outfit because that causes us to lose time by freezing the entire game so Minnie can change.
So he's just going to take an intentional death right and just skip changing into that outfit altogether.
Yeah, so this costs him a life, but when you die, you actually just happen to respawn back in the center of the screen, because you can't respawn exactly where you died due to it being a vertical auto-scroller. So that is like one of the only other major, like, if you can call it major skips, in the run.
Yeah, outside of that, it's straightforward. Yeah. So this next section coming up is actually going to be, it's a little tricky when you first start learning it. We're going to damage boost through some spikes here. We have to do a little turn back. And I didn't do the turn back, so that's great. So we're going to do it again here. So I may actually end up taking a death here, which is okay. Oh, I didn't take it. Cool. So if you do the turn backs like I didn't do, you'd actually catch it on the right cycle. So now I'm gonna probably have to wait just a little bit right here for these, I don't really know what they are. They're like lasers that come out of like, what they look like crystals.
Yeah, and they don't actually hurt you, which is
That you can-
intriguing.
That you can stand on, of course.
So I technically missed a cycle there, but we got through without dying, so it helps keep our life count where we need to be. So now we're another mini boss. I'm a jackhammer boss. There's actually no RNG for this. Well, the little bit of RNG, he shoots these when he jackhammers. The little things come from the roof, so it can be tricky from where it comes out at. But we're gonna actually change as soon as that breaks, so the screen will scroll. We don't have to actually wait for it. Otherwise, we would, change our outfit and the whole thing would freeze. Then we have to wait for the animation. So it saves a very minuscule amount of time, but still saves some nonetheless. We also have this, it's a short platforming area right before the final boss of this stage. A couple key jumps to jump over. We don't really want to grab those hooks, but it's hard to kind of get underneath it.
I looked like a lump of cheese that was just rolling down the hill behind you.
I think it's the dinosaur's egg, but it does look like a cheese roll. And the bosses don't make a lot of sense because we're trying to figure out what happened to the circus, why our friends disappeared, and now we're in a cave with a giant dinosaur. So it's kind of an interesting storyline, but whatever works.
The lore is very varied here.
So the dinosaur can come out at 3 parts. He can come out really, really high in the middle, or he can come out really, really low, or he could technically not come out at all. So we want him to come out each time his tail moves and he stops. He wants the space to come out. If he comes out really high, I have to jump off of one of his little like spikes on his back to reach him. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to shoot him in the face. So far, we've gotten actually really, really good luck, and he's come out within jump-in distance here.
Yeah, because remember, jumping does 1 more damage than shooting does.
It's actually good timing there. Okay, we got him. So if you take a hit, you can't actually recover fast enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to shoot him. Nope, just missed him.
Something tells me this dinosaur has chronic neck problems.
I think so, he would. And he blows gas from his nose, so he's very powerful.
Yep. Can I also say how much I appreciate the jumping on an enemy sound effect in this game? It's fantastic.
And he didn't come out that time there, so a little bit of bad luck. There we go. All right, so that's level 4 there, yes. 4.
Yeah, we had to figure
There we
out how
go.
to count for a
Yeah,
moment.
I said it's hard to count to 5, so let alone 6. It's impossible.
I can confirm this.
Yeah.
So now we're at the Frozen Plains, which is arguably the least favorite run of anybody that runs this game, and it's mainly due to the end. It's got some unique platforming aspects of it here, and we're going to change our outfits actually 3 times when we go through this here. But there's a water that rises up and down. It's all cycle-based, so if you do it the same every single time, you'll be on the right spots. We're going to take a damage there so we can quickly pass through this section because there's a heart that refills it. And we're already now at the next mini-boss. So we're at this, what I call the spinner of death, because when I first learned this game, I would die here so many times. I got here faster than I normally do, so I actually had to wait a little bit longer to hit him. You can only hit him when he comes out. And again, we could shoot him if we want to, but we want to be able to jump on him to make it faster. So 1 more hit, and there we go. It's actually fast, very good. So we got on top, because if the water comes down, you have to wait for the water to come back up to get up there. Or we'd have to change to our jungle outfit, climb, change back here, because when we're in the water, it's really slow to swim. However, we still do have a charge animation. Still not as fast as on the ground, but we can still charge our way through it. And when we also charge, we can't take damage. So I took damage right before I actually wanted to get rid of my charge.
So I have a question
Yep.
about this water level. What's with the clear bubbles? Because clearly Minnie and supposedly Mickey as well can breathe underwater.
Apparently now, they kind of go everywhere. I actually don't know. However, I have taken damage once or twice by what seems like to be the bubble. I've got a clip where out of nowhere, I just took damage in the middle of the water and bubbles were there. And I don't know if that was actually an intended mechanic or if it was just kind of like a little glitch or something.
Like that was just a weird aesthetic choice. It's like, yeah, let's make everything blue filtered except for these random spots here, and have them do absolutely nothing other than just not be filtered.
There we go. Okay. So we had to jump across there a little bit. We've got our last little section before the worst boss in the game. And it's not bad because it's not difficult. This is the biggest troll boss that we're going to fight. Hopefully, we can get him with a 1 or 2 cycle. It'd be nice. Well, that's already not a 1 cycle. So he can disappear like that, and he's already done it twice.
Please don't disappear.
The worst thing about him is you're going to see me. So the whole boss fight is I got to suck him up in my vacuum and take some of his cloud off. Now, if he disappears 2 or 3 times in a row, he can actually regain health and just get bigger again. So he's being a big troll right now.
It just looks like the kind of boss that will troll you. Like, you don't even need to fight it to know that this boss is probably a troll.
Like, this is Krakow from Kirby and Colossus from Luigi's Mansion 1 combined, and it's just awful.
You are getting memed.
Like, you are getting super
This is
trolled.
terrible. See if he gets bigger here.
Like, the RNG of these bosses have been absolutely
pretty rough.
unkind.
They have. And he can attack, so he got bigger there. So he regained health, and he's still disappearing on me.
Oh, man.
So, and he can also attack from 1 to 3 times in each cycle. So if he starts an attack, he can attack once, twice, or 3 times, and he just keeps disappearing. So this is where I would just shut the console off while I walk upstairs and be like, all right, I'm done.
Don't do that here, though.
I'll try to avoid from that. All right, so I think we're good. This should be the last suck up there.
We go.
And we change back. So now we're going to the final level. Finally got through that there.
Krakow Lostis is dead.
Yes.
That was like the big reset point of the game, by the way.
It's massive. So now we move to the final level of the game. Our only little cutscene here that plays, you can't skip it. We come out of this bush. I don't even know how we got to a bush. We go from frozen plains to a jungle forest again. And Minnie's like, we finally made it. Now where is that no good Baron Pete hiding? However, there's no place in the story that shows that Baron Pete is the evil guy. We just know in a castle that's where he's hiding.
It's like, the classic Disney thing. And yes, something went wrong, so we're going to blame it on Pete.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's probably not even involved, but we're going to blame it on Pete anyways.
All right, so this is the, very good. But that was a precise jump there that we had to actually time in between the spike ball and the
'cause usually
candlestick.
Damage boost there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so you can damage boost, and it pushes you in the right direction, but we can avoid damage if we need to. So now we're going to change. We're going to change, I think, 2 or 3 times in this level here. Going through. So we're back to the Western outfit here for the next little 2 fights. So this is the only level that has actually 2 mini bosses. Something about Capcom, that Capcom does like to reuse boss fights. And we're going to see that again here. We're going to see the first mini boss, and I think it was the 3rd mini boss here. So here comes the fireball guy. But this is even a little bit more trivial, where we have our pop gun. We're just going to keep shooting him. When he gets close, we're just going to jump on his head. So normally you can't hit him when he looks behind you and when he's has his iframes. We're going to make it a little easier there when we actually have an outfit this time. So there's part 1. Then we're just going to jump down here. We don't want to fall in the hole. I've done that plenty of times. You actually fall out of that level in the air. So if you press right to move forward, you just fall down the hole and die.
So this is the portrait boss reprise, and it is no different. So this is actually a great time for some donations if we've got them.
Sure thing. We have $10 from Game Watchin' Mama. The Great Circus Mystery starring Mickey and Minnie was one of my favorite games to play as a kid. I used to make my parents play it with me for hours. I can't wait to see it be destroyed in the speed run. I'm watching with my 2-year-old and soon-to-be-born baby in utero, both of whom I look forward to playing this game with in the future.
So you got time for one more.
Sure thing. Very quick one. Wink, wink. $100 from Fast B. Gotta go fast.
So this is actually a much kinder refight here than
very good
the
RNG
first
there.
fight. Got a lot more flames there than books.
So now we move to the last platforming section of the game. It's a little bit more difficult than most other parts of the game, which you would expect kind of in the last level here. We got these little statues that shoot fire at you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get really close. I'm gonna do like a little mini turn back. That way the fire can't reach us because it can reach around the ground. Then we're gonna hopefully get on this. There we go, we're just gonna ride across. It's a little bit faster than just moving around. Hit the wall, that bonk there. Now these cannons, when their eyes open, they'll shoot out those little cannonball. So you gotta be a little careful here. See if we can get past that. Good, all right, cool, no damage. Very good.
Nice.
All right, so now we're going in the last fight here. We're gonna change to the Western outfit. So a good thing about this is the animation actually goes when you change your outfit. So this is Pete here. Pete has 2 phases. I need to shoot this crown off his head, and I keep hitting his hand here. There we go. We're just gonna hit him 8 times. And that goes for phase 1, okay. So now we're in the final phase of the game here.
This is the goofiest looking final boss, by the way, and you'll understand in just a moment as soon as this thing appears. Like, I just don't understand how the neck of this boss works.
So still a mystery. We don't know what we're gonna get here. And now we have Pete the Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, and his head just kind of like... I am
Yeah.
not sure his head is attached properly.
And I thought the dinosaur had neck problems.
Yeah, no, like this is...
This is something else. I think time will be on the last hit. Time. There we go. Cool.
GG.
There we go.
GG.
This is our favorite part of the game. We're only cutscene play this for a second here. I want to give a shout out again to GDQ staff. Thanks for having me be able to showcase this game. This was a game that I got to play when I was a young kid and just kind of picked up as a break from my Made Speed game. So it's kind of cool that I got to play this in front of here. I want to thank my wife for letting me come down here. She's staying back in Tennessee while I get to take another week off of work and come and play some games. So that's a good thing for her. Thanks for my couch. You guys were awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
You guys have anything else?
No, just shout outs to T-posing
The
plushies.
T-posing trio.
So we do have in 10 seconds here, we want to do one other thing with the cutscene here. Everyone's favorite GDQ meme that isn't honk now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this real fast.
Oh, no.
So they're thanking us. Oh, I gotta do for Tej now.
Oh no.
So you gotta well, I mean, you can yell the first word, Amber, then I'll yell the second one there.
I'm just gonna yell like,
Yeah. So we're gonna play. So Minnie's gonna play catch with Pluto here.
let's play catch.
Minnie is actually very, very jacked. You can't see it. You don't think that?
Yeah, behind those noodle arms is a
She's
very
gonna go,
strong mouse.
She's gonna yeet the orb. Yeet. All the way out there.
Just
And it's
into
gone
the next
forever.
dimension.
it's
We'll
gone.
never see it again.
Yeah. So that orb is gone forever.
And then Pluto went missing trying to find it.
Yeah, Pluto's gone. All right. Well, that's it for us. I think we're good. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Cool.